Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto and NFTs every single day. Well, not really NFTs, but we still do talk about them considering they're essentially RWAs. But today we're going to talk about a lot of the problems Ethereum is facing. Plus, we are going to do a Bitcoin market update because it is Sunday and we will be getting a Bitcoin weekly close. Plus, the month is almost over, so we might actually look at the monthly to see, because I'm not really expecting a whole lot of volatility until really April 2nd, because that's essentially when the tariffs are supposed to take effect. However, when we are talking about tariffs, yes, they do impact the traditional markets. Yes, they do impact the crypto markets. But at the same time, anytime we get our current president and this administration to modify things, that does impact what's going to happen with the tariffs and with the market. And that's actually normal, because at the end of the day, governments operate as businesses. Unfortunately, the United States of America, for the last, since like 2008, has been operating like a good business, like a profitable business, considering we're in $37 trillion worth of debt. Right. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that. But to those of you who do watch the show often, I just want to let you know, Lo is, her allergic reaction is so much better. Good news. She's not allergic to anything that's like outside, like allergens and grass and all kinds of stuff. She's not allergic to avocados. But she's on the mend. I don't know if she's going back to school or not. I'm going to be monitoring her. Her knees started itching a little bit this morning, so she'll probably be home tomorrow and whatnot. But anyways, thank you guys so much for all your thoughts and prayers about my baby. You guys know, most of you guys are family people. If not, you guys know that this channel is my channel, but I basically created my whole entire crypto career around my kid and her schedule and her wants and her needs, because when you decide to have babies, you got to give them the world, or do your best to do that, or try to do that. And that's why we're all in crypto, is to improve the life of ourselves, our families, and our communities as ethically as possible. Now, let's go ahead and get into, I guess, some of the Ethereum news, and then we will take a look at the market, because there's a couple things. So this over here from AAVE Crypto, let's see what they have to say. Ethereum retail sentiment hits rock bottom. Is a breakout rally brewing? So it states here, Ethereum doesn't appeal to large and retail investors alike. And I want to essentially kind of disagree with that to an extent. So we do know that Ethereum is kind of classified now as a dino coin. Yes, I hold a lot of Ethereum. Yes, I want Ethereum to hit $10,000. Yes, I am delusional, but that's okay. Shout out to Fim for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Shiba Dog squeezing a big red heart. Thank you so much. Also, too, we do have channel members on this channel. If you guys want to become a channel member, it's like $4, something like that. I'm going to give you guys special shout outs, but thank you so much to Protofim. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yes, I butcher names because that's what we do over here, because I can't pronounce anything. I might be dyslexic, but anyways, that's okay. Now back to Ethereum. Let's go ahead and kind of talk about that. So, is Ethereum dead? No, Ethereum's not dead. We are experiencing a lot of problems, though, primarily because we had Solana come out, which Solana was created, in my personal opinion, as a direct competitor of Ethereum. And Solana did really well, primarily with meme coins. Now, that's not to say that meme coins are bad, and I'm telling you guys, get meme coins. We cover meme coins on occasion in this channel, and I do take coin requests. But at the same time, the whole meme coin craze on Solana just kind of showed how well, Protofirm, thank you so much. Protofirm, thank you. Sorry. But Solana just kind of showed how much load they can take. And yeah, they had some issues as far as, the network and whatnot, but they're going to be able to consider to continuously do updates on the network instead of Ethereum. Ethereum is kind of focusing on layer 2s, which is a big mistake. Another big mistake they made, I think, was converting from proof of work to proof of stake. And I think they did that for all the climate people, which at the same time, if we look at how much energy it takes to actually do different things in crypto as opposed to AI or just any of the things we're already doing, it's really not that big of an issue. But I digress. Chris, she is okay. She's on the mend. But yeah, it's been a rough week for her. Been a rough week, especially when you get like hives and itchiness all over. Patrick said, flash crash, crypto going to zero. No, we're not going to zero. Some of you guys, and I was actually talking to my friend, on X, and we were talking about how 2018, 2019, like 2018, literally everything was going to zero. Like the meme coins, that was expected to go to zero. Like everybody knew. Like I've told you guys time and time again on this channel since we started, meme coins and a lot of the risky stuff will always go to zero, in most of the cases will. And this is why we make moon bags. We remove initial investment enough for to pay taxes and profit. We use disposable income, and we do the diamond hand with moon bags and with some of the tier 4 stuff like Bitcoin, maybe XRP, if that's your personal flavor. Really kind of depends up to you. But we've been talking about this on this channel for a long time. Anyways, not everything's going to zero. A lot of the quality projects will stay. I always recommend researching what's on the Made in America list, primarily because we know that's what this administration is going to be focusing on. Shout out to JP. But with that being said, and shout out to TikTok, I see you guys. But with that being said, the market's a little bit rough right now. It's a little bit uncertain. And I think a lot of it is people are impatient. And I understand because I want Ethereum to hit $10,000 today. And yeah, I can be delusional to it. I'm a human being. We get this greed and all this stuff. Cardano, ADA, I'm still waiting for Charles to come on my space. But we'll get that sorted. And I do like ADA. I do like Cardano. I think that it does pretty well. And I do have a bag of it. But again, when we're talking about what's happening with the current market, we're just not seeing a lot of growth. And I think that a lot of people, and it's not that people are on the sidelines, because those of us in crypto have been here. But at the same time, like, how are we going to attract new people to crypto? Not with meme coins, because those aren't doing great. But we may be able to attract people to crypto through the ETFs, unfortunately. And I hate that I have to say that. But at the same time, a lot of people got burnt last cycle because of the crypto contagion. A lot of people were, trading all kinds of cuckoo stuff like on BSC, the DeFi stuff, whatever, and people got burned. So people don't necessarily want to come back. However, what a lot of folks, primarily retail, don't understand is that retail moves a lot. Crypto moves faster. Crypto moves a lot faster than traditional stocks and traditional finance. And it's been ingrained into our brain that we need to put money into 401ks. We need to invest in bonds and stocks and all that type of stuff. And we really are not taught how to invest. We just hire some firm, or our company hires some firm, and we put money from our paycheck weekly into a 401k. I don't know about you guys, but my 401k that I had when I was working in healthcare, it's still at the same price as it was in 2017. Now, could it go up? I have no idea. We'll see. And also, too, when you're talking about investments are risky. So again, I think that the ETFs will be the catalyst to essentially bring more retail in. If retail, some of the accredited investor laws are changed, but who knows? But anyways, let's kind of get into Ethereum and what's happening with Ethereum, because it's a little bit frustrating, It's a little bit frustrating to see this $1 billion asset. It shouldn't be this difficult. Kevin, I'm gonna be nice, but I'm also gonna be mean, stern. It should be this difficult. Investing is hard. If investing was easy, everybody would be a billionaire. And it is no risk, no reward. That is true. But I'm gonna call you Mr. P. But another thing too is that a lot of, like, we're not, especially in America, especially with this current society, we want fast. And that's not the way the world works. The world does not work that way primarily with investing. You have to have patience. You have to self-educate yourself. You have to learn about all these different things. Great free resource is Investopedia. Pretty much 100% free. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's something that you should consider to start educating yourself with. Even if you don't want to be a trader, most people are not good traders. Most people are better at dollar cost averaging assets that they have convictions on. So will we get more retail to flood in the market? I hope so, but at the same time, we can't count on them. And also the current landscape of crypto is a lot different than it was in 2018, et cetera, because we have a pro-crypto administration and we're still kind of on the fence of what the laws and regulations, the guidelines are going to be, because they're kind of going back and forth, et cetera. But let's go ahead and kind of talk a little bit about Ethereum, and then we're going to cover charts. So Ethereum retail sentiment hits rock bottom. So I've heard from different traditional financial people that it's just kind of like a crypto Twitter thing. Now, U.S. government joins institutional investors in selling large quantities of Ethereum, adding downward pressure to the price. Retailers also join the wave, but Ethereum faces possibility of a steeper market loss. Okay, so in the last 24 hours, it's talking about dropping about 6%. We'll take a look at that. Over here, U.S. government sells massively. Ethereum defies past catalysts. In the past 24 hours, the U.S. government sold a mass amount of Ethereum. The market, 884.33 ETH worth, approximately 1.77 million at the time of the trade. A notable sell-off from large investors like U.S. government, which is weird. They're not supposed to be selling, so I don't know if I necessarily believe that. I don't know if I believe that or not. But basically, this article here is just kind of talking about Ethereum and how bearish it is among retail and institutional traders. They've got this cute little chart here. Now, the thing that I want to focus on the most is probably institutional investors. So, institutional investors holding approximately 8.83 billion worth of Ethereum as assets under management have also continued selling since the start of March, adding downward pressure. Well, what is March? March is the last quarter of Q1. January, February, March. Institutional and traditional finance, they sell differently. They operate differently. They have to realize profits or realize losses. This impacts their taxes. There's certain things that some of these entities have to disclose to, and also they're not necessarily long-term holders. Plus, when we're talking about institutions, we're also talking about massive companies like BlackRock that like to custody crypto for their clients. Between 3rd of March and now, a total of 402.6 million worth of Ethereum has been sold. If institutional investors continue to sell ETH, it could reach a target level of 1,700. So we'll take a look at the chart, but I also want to pull this up over here on from Cointelegraph. Update: Ethereum is about to close Q1 with its worst return since 2018. Will it recover in Q2? They're comparing 2025 with 2018. 2018 was full-blown bear market. Will it recover in Q2? I hope it does. Will it? I have no idea. These are the things that I am bullish on about when it comes to Ethereum. I'm bullish because BlackRock has the Ethereum ETF. We're seeing BlackRock's utilizing it for their BUIDL fund. Ripple's stablecoin RLUSD utilizes Ethereum and XRPL, and there's some other big institutions that have already kind of essentially adopted Ethereum. But we're also seeing Solana come into play too, because Solana was just added to BlackRock's BUIDL fund as far as different chains that they use. So we are going to see competition. We are going to see whatever layer one decides to do best. And it's up to really the Ethereum Foundation to get their behinds in gear and really focus on the layer one, focus on improving that, because if that's improved well, then, it's going to be fine with institutions. We got to lower gas fees, and we got to figure out how to make it work, not necessarily work a little bit better, but make it more, give a smoother experience like Solana. And yes, we do have Base. Base works on top of Ethereum, which is important, which is good. And in addition to the Base is that doesn't have a native token. It's Coinbase's chain. And you're going to see a lot of other centralized exchanges have their own chains, because I think a lot of these centralized exchanges are going to essentially kind of be banks. And that's like a whole nother topic for another day. But also too, there's a lot of layer ones that are actively competing. We've got Hedera, we've got Algo, we've got Solana, and we've got Sui, we've got a couple others. So it's going to really kind of depend what the best one is. But same time, institutions do like to hedge. So is Ethereum over? Yeah, we're seeing problems with it 100%. And hopefully things get sorted, because if things don't get sorted, then, we could see a lot more, many more issues. I'm still a bag holder. I'm still holding my ETH. I should have sold around 4,000. I got greedy, I didn't. But at the same time, it's part of the game. I personally think that we are in a super cycle, and I think we will get number go up, primarily when we start to get a lot of these these spot ETFs like the Avalanche and Hedera and Litecoin and Solana and whatever else. And I believe the decision for that will essentially be in like October, because I think they gave like 240 days, and XRP will be one of them as well. I know it's a TikTok favorite, but let's go ahead and get into the charts. As far as is the market crashing, is it over with, et cetera? Well, there's volatility in the market. It's right now is a trader's market. This is somebody who is able to scalp, for somebody who's able to scalp, somebody who is able to make quick decisions, et cetera. Those of you who are not adamant traders, I highly recommend you create a trading and investing journal, and you start to research different AI projects, different RWA projects, and primarily the stuff made in America, because I think that they will continue to do well. Now, as far as crypto bubbles go, the weekly isn't looking super great, but Crow seems to be the winner here, primarily because of the announcement with Trump's Truth Social utilizing crypto.com for traditional and crypto like ETPs, ETFs, and they did say that they're going to place emphasis on Made in America. That's why I tell you guys focus on that. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum first, and then we'll do Bitcoin. So let's go to Ethereum over here. This is our Ethereum chart. This is going to be the weekly. Okay. So Ethereum hit 4,800 back in 2021. We hit 4,000 in 2024 March, June, and then again in December. And we didn't take profit. It's okay. That happens. So on the weekly, I'm actually going to, no, we'll keep these lines. They're pretty good. We opened at 22, we opened at 2,000, currently trading at 8,000. And it is looking like we are going to hit 1750. If we do break down below 1750, we will trade in this area between about $1,700 and $1,500. That would mark essentially the local bottom of 2023. 2023. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now taking a look at the daily, let's see if we can see anything. We had a really, really nasty sell-off on, when did it start? On the 25th. The 25th was Tuesday. So we started having a nasty sell-off last week. We had some really nice momentum up from 1,700 to about 2,000 and back down over here. Market CIPHER is looking a little bit bearish. Now taking a look at the 4-hour chart, 4-hour chart did print another red dot, which indicates another move down. So us really testing 1,750 looks. And if we're not able to hold on, then we will see a breakdown between 1,750 and 1,500. Now, bullish scenario would be for us to hold on to 1750 really and stay above it wherever we close, and then really consolidate between 2000 and 1750. But again, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, because we have to take a look at Bitcoin. So taking a look at Bitcoin over here, let's go to the weekly. Okay, reset our chart. Actually, we're going to use this one over here. I'm going to do naked chart, remove drawing tool. So we got a swing wick high to 89,000. We opened at 86. And we're currently trading at 82. I'm going to go ahead and change this to green so I can see a bit better. Green. And we do have a swing wick low at 76,000. That's over here that we did touch and kiss. On the weekly, it's kind of flat, so it's not really giving me any indication of what exactly will happen. So let's go ahead and go into lower time frames. When we go into lower time frames, we're holding the line tightly at $8,200, but it does look like a possible move down to about 80,000, 79,000, kind of looking over here. And again, we're not looking super, super strong. When we take a look at the 4-hour chart looks like we might break 8,100 or 81,000 and test like 81.5 and possibly 79. So 79 is looking like a achievable target. Scary stuff, right? So as far as Bitcoin goes, if Bitcoin decides to nuke, it's going to cause the entire market to nuke. Bullish case scenario would be we hold on to 81, or we did move down to 79 and then we start moving upward. Not really seeing any type of catalyst for that yet. And again, we do have the tariffs that are supposed to take place on April 2nd. The reason why it's very important is because the tariffs seem to impact the entire market, even though they are reciprocal tariffs. Now let's take a look at Solana. Solana on the daily over here. Solana had some really nice moves up, and then it moved down to about $124. And it is looking like on the weekly's flat, because again, it's kind of like we're waiting to see, or excuse me, the daily, I apologize. Daily's kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Like the weekly looks like we've bottomed out, we might pop up. But I feel like we're going to get some more information on April 2nd. Now, taking a look at what's happening on the 4-hour, we're flat. Very, 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 very flat. It's like we don't know what to do. So we should, it's 45-minute too. So it's kind of hard for me to see where we're going to go. It does look like we might head up, but at the same time, I'm not 100% confident right now. I'm not really super confident. As far as XRP goes, XRP was one of the stronger coins for a while. Okay. And it still is looking a little bit stronger. We're just really trading under the trend line. And it looks like we are going to tap on $2 based on the rest of the market over here. Now, with that being said, even if we fall to 175, the chart is still looking a lot stronger, primarily because we've really been consolidating between $2 and about $3.21 since December. A lot stronger than in the other charts. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart over here, it is looking like we're going to tap. So it is on all these charts that we've looked at, the common denominators looks like we're going to tap, current or historic support or important support. Now, with that being said, we need to win from Bitcoin. Now, Link is something I am interested in picking up more of, but I want it to drop more. I want it to get back under this area here at between about $13 to about $10 because I want to buy more. That's me being greedy over here. I do think Link will continue to perform incredibly well, in my personal opinion. Somebody mentioned Cardano. Cardano unfortunately broke down below important support at 69 cents. We're now trading at 65 cents. Good thing is we do have another area of support at 63. Positive scenario would be for us to reclaim 70 cents and go back and consolidate between 76 cents and 70 cents. As AAVE, I want to take a look at AAVE. AAVE is actually down again, which is good because I want to buy some. I want to buy AAVE between 159 and 129. I don't necessarily think it's going to drop to these lower levels, but at the same time, you can't put stuff past stuff. I know I sound ridiculous. Yeah, but I think AAVE is going to do incredibly well. But at the same time, I'm a little bit cautious of getting some just because this downtrend is a bit nasty. We've been in a downtrend really since over a year, 12/17/2024. And just we get these nice peaks, these nice runs up, but it goes down. The reason why I like AAVE is because I think it will help, it will fuel a lot of the DeFi stuff that we are happening. Now, I want to take a look at some of the coin requests in the chat, see if you guys have anything. Shout out to Timp130. XRP head and shoulders. We are going down. Looks like kind of wick off distribution from IM Press. Could be. Also, you guys make sure to smash the like, because when you smash the like, it helps us support me and the channel and all that kind of stuff. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at, and also too, I put a little poll at the top. What will Bitcoin hit first? $76,000 or $100,000? It is looking a little bit likely like 76. It is. We could take a look at Crow. I also do hold Crow. I always try to do my best to tell you guys what I'm holding, because we do transparency is important to us on the channel. Yes, we do sponsor the content. Yes, we do disclose. It's not really that hard to do. As you guys can see, we've got all our amazing partners up at the top. We've got HBAR Foundation, we've got Market CIPHER, and we've got Brave. Awesome partners. We do different things with different of them. If you want to learn more about each individual partner, you can go down below. Market CIPHER's indicator. Hedera Foundation is for people that want to learn more about Hedera, and Brave is a privacy browser, which is incredibly important. Also, too, Femex is offering a deal right now. If you're somebody who wants to trade or learn how to trade, whatever, no need to use leverage. Not your keys, not your coins, and read the terms of service. They're basically giving $25 to anybody who signs up. It's only available to the first 50 people. So if you guys are interested in that, great. If not, that's totally fine. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that. The reason why long messages might. Oh, shout out to Rodney. Yeah, we took a look at Cardano. But it's so funny that there are very few YouTubers that can actually read charts. I hope you don't call it saying that I don't know how to read charts, because I've been doing this for a long time, honey. But I'm going to go ahead and post the reason why we're not, the reason why. Oh, the link got interesting. The reason why the long messages aren't available is because we have so much spam. So we have to mute words all the time. So it's probably one of the words that you put in is something that we have like blocked out. So when you post it, certain words. So that's probably why. Unfortunately, like we've got over, I think 5,000 words that we've had to block out just because of all the spam that comes through, and YouTube is not really good at it. But it is what it is. But anyways, if you guys want to sign up with Femex, they are giving like up to $30,000 in bonuses. Pretty interesting stuff. I like Nissan Sentras. So if you're interested, sign up. Great. If you're not, that's fine too. Also too, with crypto.com, I've got a link down below. I think everybody's probably going to need to have a crypto.com account at one point. Again, not your keys, not your coins. I'm not telling you all to trade on there and to leave your crypto there. Okay, it's cuckoo. Oh, really quickly. This is the total crypto market cap, including Bitcoin. We're currently sitting at $2.63 trillion. And it looks like we're going to continue heading down because we're in a pretty bad downtrend. Hopefully we bottom off hopefully we sustain above $2.31 trillion. Bitcoin seems to be doing decent considering. Somebody wanted Crow, and yes, I do hold Crow. So let's go ahead and do over here. So this was Crow. Let's take a look at the weekly. This was a pump because of the partnership with Trump's True Social and all that type of stuff. We printed a little bit of a green dot, but we're not able to sustain above 10 cents. Taking a look at the daily has been really consolidating and fighting hard at about 9 cents over here, trying to get back above 10 cents, but we are trading a little bit high using Market CIPHER. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart, we did print a red dot, so it does look like we might drop down to some of these areas 9 cents. If you want to pull up fibs and use fibs are like my favorite cheat ever for support and resistance areas, just because they're super easy to use and they're symmetrical. But it looks like we're going to be testing some of these levels. The market continues to drop, and hopefully we're able to retest 10 cents. I'm not 100% sure. Let me go check the chat. Make sure to smash the like. All right, let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter or X. Let's go to X. I want to see what, because and people are like, why are you shilling meme coins? I'm not necessarily shilling meme coins, but I want to see what people are taking a look at. So the Solstice said Tara, don't know what that is. Bullish on me. Oh, thank you so much. Lux, Brett on XRP looks good. Guac is worth a look. An investigation. The devs have been building for 2 years, delivering on promises. Okay, we might have them on the space. We'll take a look at that. Cardano or Snake on Cardano. Everybody loves that. It's a fun one. Who's this guy? Look like that because it's funny. Algo, IOTA. I've got Algo. Have you covered? No, I'm not covering that because we don't need to do that. And I'm going to block you because you're gross. I always block people that say gross stuff. Nothing really great, honestly. Okay. I think Sim Social is part of Waka's stuff, which is good because he's still here showing up every day. ICP. XRP, Solana, we cover those. Dogecoin. We could do Dogecoin. We haven't done Dogecoin in a while. See what's going on with Doge. I know Dog Go to Moon. I hold that too because I got the airdrop. All right, so this is Dogecoin. Cute. Oh my God, TradingView. Did you see what TradingView put out? They put out the little... I like Hyundai's too. Hyundai is supposed to make the brand new electric car that looks like one of the old 80s cars. So I might have to get that. I see how much it is. But again, we're getting tariffs. Okay, so this is Dogecoin. Dogecoin has kind of been in a downtrend since beginning of the year, 118, 2025. We're in a downtrend. Down over here, we've got support with a swing wick low at about 14 cents. It is a little bit toppish using market cipher. We have more support here at about a lower level of 16 cents. So I would hope that we can sustain above here. But again, we kind of topped off at about 20 cents and we're kind of heading downward. Taking a look on the 4-hour chart, it looks like we almost got a local bottom per market cipher. And we'll kind of see what happens when we get to 17 cents. A bullish scenario would be for us to sustain these areas and kind of retest 17 cents. That would be nice. We'll go ahead and denote that blue. We'll do this one blue as well. So yeah, market's not looking too great. But again, we can reverse. Something can happen. We can get a crazy announcement that happens because we've been getting announcements in crypto on Sundays. I do want to take a look at the monthly. Oh, that's an old chart. I got so many damn charts. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Let's go to the monthly on Bitcoin and see, because we will get the monthly pretty soon. Okay. This is Bitfinex reverse chart. Okay. So this is what we're looking like on the monthly. Over here. Make sure y'all smash a like. Come on. All right, so we got historic support at 71,000. We got swing wick low. This month has been pretty ugly. We've been in a downtrend since 106. Is kind of the top. Swing wick high to 95, swing wick low to 77. Currently trading at 82. It is looking super toppish. Like if we look at market cipher and we just look at this alone, very, very toppish over here. And it does look like we may fall to like 71,000. That's kind of what it's giving, is that we're a fall to 71,000 if we were just to pace truly on the monthly. Again, we can reverse it any time depending on market sentiment and kind of what's going on. So I don't know. Chat manipulation. No, what happens is we've got lots of cuckoos and like spam people, so we don't have chat manipulation. We just monitor things, so I don't want people scamming and getting scammed and stuff. But anyways, you guys, that's kind of what's going on with the market today. Nothing too super exciting. Everything looks like it's going to go down unless we get some sort of bullish announcement. Ethereum needs to get their stuff together, and hopefully we do, because I'm a Ethereum bag holder. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyways, I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. I will catch you later because I got to go hang out with Lo. And then hopefully my sister comes over to hang out with her because I got to go to Costco because we're running low on some rations. But anyways, you guys, thank you for rocking with me Sunday morning. Sending in all love and light and WendyO. Oh, also too, we have Bitcoin 2025 tickets for sale. If you use my code, then you can go ahead and get 10% off. Have you been selling? I always, anytime I'm like in a riskier position, I'd always take profits, always. I'm not selling any of my Ethereum or anything. Yeah, Teju, it does get filtered because we've got a lot of spammers and stuff like that, and people that do like to say nasty things in the chat. But again, if you guys want to go to Bitcoin 2025, I will be there. Tickets are 10% off if you use my code. It's going to be down in the bottom in the description. Goodbye.